When I'm on energy assessment, one of the key areas really is making the energy opportunities visible to the organisation. And one of the best ways of doing that, especially when we're focusing on the heating appliances and equipment, and that is by using a thermographic camera. Now, you probably can't see it that well, but I will show you a better picture within this video. But this is from Fleur. It is a thermographic camera that actually plugs straight in to my mobile phone, which is an Apple phone. Now they do actually do these for Android as well. Now they retail around in the region of £250. But I'm sure you could probably buy one from eBay if you was sort of looking around for one. Now, I've had this now for possibly 2 years, but I had the previous version, and I first started using these in 2015, 2016. Absolutely amazing piece of equipment, because it's very easy to put into your pocket to carry around. It's very easy just to take out, plug into your phone, and then start to show visibility regarding heat loss. Now you're going to see some examples that I've done within this video that shows you a typical pump, maybe a valve that needs to have some form of lagging placed around it. You can see all the heat loss. And I've done some video footage again, which you'll see within this video, whereby I've actually videoed around the plant room demonstrating heat loss. Now, when you walk into the plant room, yes, you can feel the heat loss, but it's not until you actually show the organisation a thermographic photograph that they actually really start to understand where that heat loss is. Now, in addition to this functionality, it has a cross right in the middle of the camera, which actually picks up on temperatures. So you'll be able to use this as temperature control as well to identify what temperature is actually being lost. As I mentioned previously, this is the thermographic camera that I use regarding my assessments. It's a Fleur camera, and they're renowned manufacturer of thermographic cameras, and this particular unit actually cost in the region of £250, and I purchased this direct from the Apple Store. You can still purchase these either online, and you can see this particular camera actually is a Apple camera. You can see this fitting here that will plug directly into your iPhone or your iPad. They also actually manufacture an Android version of this as well. Now, this particular camera, very powerful in my views regarding actually using this on site. The customer and the organisation gets very well engaged when they can start to see the visibility of this heat loss. It's one thing showing them a picture of a pump or a valve that needs to be lagged, when clearly they can't see the benefits of that until you actually show a thermographic photograph of that, and you'll see that throughout this presentation. So here we have some examples of my thermographic photography in a plant room. You can see a boiler cap end, which clearly needs to be lagged. There's some significant amount of heat loss, specifically around where the bolts are, which you would expect. You see some joints that need to be lagged here, and you can see a heat exchanger here that can be lagged as well. More examples demonstrating this regarding the heat loss, and you can see clearly where the heat is actually coming
and going from. Now these plant rooms are significantly warm that you would actually realize that there's heat loss in them, but it's not until you start showing the thermographic photography that you actually start seeing the benefits of this. What I'd like to do is also demonstrate like a before and after. So if I was to show them this picture of these pumps and say that they need to be lagged, the organization wouldn't really understand the benefits of that. It's not until you put that next to a thermographic picture you actually see where the heat loss, and in case you can actually see whether one of the pumps is actually running, which is also valuable when you're walking around the plant rooms. So you can see the benefits of there, and if you put your cursor with the camera over these areas, it will actually demonstrate the temperatures that are being lost. Here's another example of a boiler. Now you wouldn't necessarily look to lagging these boilers, but you can see the significant heat loss around the flue area, which is really impacting on the efficiencies of this boiler. In other areas, what I like to do is actually identify the balancing of the site, and you can see here where we've taken a photograph of a distribution board, and we've actually identified that there's possibly opportunities to do some balancing, and you can see the yellow phase here was significantly hotter than the other 3 phases. So there might be a balancing issue, and we know that by balancing your building correctly regarding voltage, it will actually impact on the power, and we know that power obviously equals kilowatts or watts, and the longer that is on for, so if we start applying time to kilowatts, that then gives us kilowatt hours, which is what we're billed against. So quite key that we look to provide efficiencies here. Now, because you can plug this into your iPhone or iPad, you can actually do video with it. So when you're going around a plant room and there's a significant amounts of areas that need to be lagged, it's a good idea to run through a video. Now I use this video to demonstrate back to the organization in my final meeting on the day, just to demonstrate to them where there's areas of focus regarding lagging that needs to be done. You can see here clearly that the hot water cylinders needed to be lagged.
Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for following the Toolbox tips. If you're not following Toolbox tips now, please subscribe below. There is a link. We're more than happy to hear your comments, and we'd like you to give us some more direction. What do you want to know more about regarding energy and energy management? Do not miss any of these Toolbox tips to help you manage your 3rd largest expense. My name is Paul Webb, and please be safe in these times, you and your family.